Wizards Nation, I'm feeling kind of grateful today. You know what I mean? I always feel great. I'm feeling extra grateful. I think that's the right words. Like, so the other day, I went to DuPont Circle by myself, and I was just sitting on a bench eating a ham and cheese sandwich. And all of a sudden, it hit me. And by it, I mean like a freaking cloud of marijuana dust. I mean, consensually, though. I was just like, we got so lucky that we got Trey Johnson at 6. So freaking lucky, considering that we fell to the 6th pick and we had the second best odds to get the first pick. And considering how this draft was loaded with talent compared to last year, but also how important this draft was for the direction of our future. Like, sometimes I overthink. Whenever I overthink, I go to DuPont Circle alone. That calms me down. Honestly, I just sit down alone. But anyways, I think, and I'm just like, if we had landed Jeremiah Fears, and no shade to Jeremiah, no shade to him. It was reported that we really liked him or whatever. I don't know if it was smoke or whatever the hell. But if we had landed Jeremiah Fears, where the hell would our beloved team be headed to? I feel like getting Trey Johnson, it was a gift from the NBA gods, because the NBA commissioner doesn't look out for the Wizards. We got saved. Because I'm in the camp of Trey Johnson. I think is going to be a guy 20 plus per game, score a night. I think he's going to be an all-star. I think he's going to be. I think he's him. I think he's him. And I initially came out and I was like, this dude, I wouldn't be surprised he's Bradley Beal. I got a little hate from it. I mean, but I'm still standing by my comparison. But the more I look at it, I'm just like, wait a second. The lofty comparisons of Devin Booker, I don't think they're that lofty. If that makes sense. Trey Johnson's taller. Trey Johnson has a bigger wingspan. 6'6", 6'10" wingspan. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. But anyways, I had to freaking calm down. I think us landing potential blue chip player at 6, when this draft was all about getting a potential blue chip player, and we still managed to do it by getting to the 6th pick. Hey, man, I don't know. That really hit me. And I've been thinking about that for a while, but like for some reason, like it just hit me strong. I was just like, dude, could you imagine if we've had... Anyways, I don't want to speak in hypotheticals, but in this video, I'm going to talk about Trey Johnson. I'm going to do a little bit of predictions here and there. I don't know what the hell this video is going to be about. It's just going to be about Trey Johnson. I'm just going to be spewing some stuff off the top of my head. I think I'll make a series of videos regarding every player in the Wizards. So I'm going to talk about Trey Johnson, man. I'm super high in this rookie, super high in this kid. I think he's going to be one of the alphas going forward. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Trey Johnson, right, coming out of the draft, Texas. We all knew what we were getting. A sharpshooter, to me, the best shooter in this draft. Definitely flash star upside coming out of Texas, earning SEC Freshman of the Year, second team All SEC, and an SEC All Freshman honors. Damn near average 20 points per game, ranked 21st in the nation, 40% from the deep, nearly cracked the top 40. I mean, I made a video about him. I made a whole video diving deep into this fun stuff. But he translated that over to summer league. Played only 2 games, but within those 2 games, man averaged 19.5 points. Granted, he did average 1.5 assists. I do want to see that go up a bit further, but I feel like that'll go up more with playing time and playing around the same dudes for a while. But he looked the part in summer league. Not only did he look the part, he looked like he was one of the alphas on a team that was, filled with second-year dudes. Trey Johnson, I'll never forget this. I said it in the stream. He was out there driving to the paint and he was waving people off. Waving his own teammate, dudes who are older than him, waving them off. Trey Johnson already knows when he steps on the court, he knows he's the dude. He knows that he's the top. I don't want to say top G, but he's the main guy, the focal point. He knows that at the age of 19. His confidence, his overall demeanor, how he carries himself, his overall just his work ethic. I'm just like, there's no not no way, because nothing's guaranteed, but he's not gonna fail in the NBA. If he's not an all-star, he's going to be a guy who's going to get you, like 18, a fringe all-star. But anyways, I found this clip. I've been binge watching videos of Trey Johnson in his interviews. But I found this clip from the Club 520 that I felt like is relevant, but also just goes to his demeanor.
What's the strongest part of your game, man?
I probably say my playmaking, just because as scoring, it draws so many eyes and draws so many people. Playmaking the second easiest thing.
What's the weakest part of your game? What's something we can work on?
Our defense, most definitely, can always be worked on.
Okay.
Well, my only notes here is fucking DuPont, importance of him showing out this year, and prediction. So I checked DuPont. So regarding his importance, Trey Johnson needs to show that he is going to be a focal point or a blue chip player. Not even a blue chip. Yeah, focal point, blue chip, hand in hand, going forward for the Wizards. He needs to show that promise. I feel like if he were to succeed in that, then it will be one of the key ingredients to a successful season for the Wizards. And then it'll also show us, it'll give Will Dawkins a sense of direction going forward. He'll be like, all right, we got 2 settled, locked in. We know what we got in 2. The 2 is done. Like, I'm not drafting nobody at 2. Trey Johnson got that for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? We have all these young bucks with a lot of potential. Now it's time for the young bucks to not freaking separate from each other, but show more of their identity going forward. This year's going to be all about dudes coming out not coming out the closet, but like showing their freaking identity, like who they are, like getting a peek. I want to see Bub Carrington perhaps being the primary ball handler going forward. I want to see Bilal being the primary 3-and-D player on a deep playoff team going forward. I want to see him I want to see visions of that. I want to see Doctor Strange visions on each of these dudes. And with Trey Johnson, my Doctor Strange vision is I want to see a guy who's going to show who's going to potentially produce 20 points per night, which we saw it in Summer League. Granted, it's just Summer League. We need him to continue that to the preseason, then training camp, and obviously the regular season. And, he's off to a fantastic start. But to me, the importance of him doing that will help Will Dawkins out tremendously. Show them that you are that alpha. And if I'm a betting man and I'm not, I'll be willing to bet this dude's going to be top 3 in Rookie of the Year contention. But, I think it's super important because, next year's draft class is super loaded. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Anyways, last thing here I have in my notes is just a prediction. I haven't really made a prediction on Trey Johnson yet. For stats-wise, I'm going to say 17 points per game. Is that bad? I feel like he's going to get most of that after the trade deadline. I think after the trade deadline, he's going to, before the trade deadline, I feel like he's going to average 15 points per game. And then after the trade deadline, he's going to raise that up to 17 points per game. I think he's going to ball out. I think dudes like McCollum might be traded. And if McCollum's traded, obviously they're going to open up minutes. That's going to open up more attempts for Trey Johnson. I just want Trey to show everyone that this is his team. And he showed it to me in Summer League. He did. I want him to continue that and show everybody, even though they're veterans older than him, hey, I'm 19 years old. This is my team going forward. I predicted in my bold predictions freaking video that didn't do shit, that he's going to drop 45 points in one game, which, y'all might think that's not that much, but the last time a rookie player dropped 40 points was 2 years ago with Gigi Jackson, and the last time a player dropped 50 points was Brandon Jennings in 2009. So, I kind of middle, but anyways, I'm saying 17 points, 2.5 assists, shooting splits of 42, 36, 81. You want a plus or minus 2? I'm going specific. I'm going deep. That's my prediction. I think that's yeah. And then he's definitely solid for a night. This is also for a 19-year-old dude. We gotta take that into consideration. Now, if he was 20, 21, I'd say maybe more, but I think that's really impressive for a 19-year-old kid. And when this happens, we are off and running because at least now we have, a guy who would solidify himself as a face of the franchise moving forward. We got one of them. Alex Hart perhaps could be one. Perhaps. We don't know yet. I feel like this is a big year for him too. But I think Trey's the guy where he has the most aura. The most, aura. Out of all of those we drafted with the Will Dawkins. All of them. And that's no offense to any of them. Bilal, Sar, Bub, Key, any one of them. Trey Johnson has more aura than each and every single one of them. And that's not a knock on them. It's more of just a hype or a praise on Johnson. So yeah, man. I don't know why I made this video. I just rambled, honestly. If y'all can't tell, I'm just super excited that we landed this kid. I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.